Obamacare and you don't want it to be 75% more expensive, then you want Democrats to win this government shutdown fight.
The government shutdown was just a couple of days ago, but yesterday, October 2nd, I got this letter talking about how my monthly premiums are going to go up for my health insurance. They obviously sent this out before the shutdown even took place in order for me to get it yesterday. So look at this. 2025 monthly payment is $218. They broke it down for me though. Thank you. Here's the math, bitch. Monthly premium of $627 minus $409 of financial help you get each month. That's the Affordable Care Act going away. So $627 is right now. Starting in January, it's going to be $727. So not only did they take away the $409, they increased this motherfucker by $100 a month. What the fuck?
They are absolutely correct, you guys. And right here is a little side-by-side comparison because, you know, MAGA, they love to look at charts and they need something, some sort of picture so that they can really understand things. So this is with the Affordable Cares Act. This is without the Affordable Cares Act. And this is what the Democratic Party was trying to stop before this whole government shutdown, because the Republican Party wants to remove the Affordable Cares Act. That's what they want to do. It's not about undocumented migrants getting health care. It is not about that. It is about the lower class and middle class citizens here in the United States of America that can afford health insurance, plain and simple.
Hello fam, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm called Irene So Eater. Guys, in this video today we are gonna be talking about how things are getting real in the United States of America. And MAGA, the biggest supporter of Trump, who really voted for Trump, are freaking out. And as I said, things are getting real in the United States of America right now. When we talk about United States of America, we are talking about people living in the urban centers and the people who really actually live in rural areas. And people even who live in rural areas are also the same people who voted for Trump. These are Republicans, and these Republicans are always bringing up blaming games, blaming the United States, blaming the Democrats. And as we're talking right now, things are not the way you think they are. And I'm gonna be diverging in I'm gonna be talking about health sector, how it has affected the people of United States, or how it's going to affect the people of United States. So kindly, if you're new on this channel, consider subscribing, put on the notification button so that you get notified each and every time I upload a new video. So guys, when we talk about people freaking out, we are talking about MAGA supporters, the MAGA supporters who really voted for Trump, the people who went outside to vote for Trump. Were they voting because of because they were racist? Were they voting because they wanted a certain community to get to be affected? What intention did they have when they were voting for Trump? And like any other person, when it comes to voting, we vote knowing that we are voting for the best interests of our countries, guys. That's how we do it. That's how we vote it. So guys, when I'm talking about healthcare, I'm talking about the people, the health sector, the healthcare premiums that are skyrocketing all the time, every day after government shutdown. You understand? I don't know if you get me. So the lawmakers who supported these policies, I've just said, like, the healthcare premiums are skyrocketing, and people are not understanding why they are skyrocketing, and people solely depend on this. And the lawmakers, the big people who supported Trump's administration, who took Trump to the government where he is as the president of the United States from when he won in 2017, and now they have given him a second chance. Are the same people. There's the same lawmaker or MAGA who supported the same thing. They're the same people who want to give illegal immigrants healthcare cards. You understand? So this, and we all know that these undocumented immigrants cannot get the federal care coverage. Like, they are not eligible for that, guys. And that means that the Republicans want to cut healthcare for Americans. So why all of a sudden they want to give illegal immigrants the healthcare card? That's the question that is lingering in most of the MAGA supporters, that is lingering in most of the Americans. Why all of a sudden they want to take it from the Americans and give it to the illegal immigrants? Why healthcare premiums and why are the healthcare premiums skyrocketing, and who is supposed to be blamed to it? Those are the questions that the Americans are asking themselves. And remember, these people are the same people who came out in large numbers, who went and voted for the policies that they had never researched on. They voted for the policies, Trump's policies, and they had never researched on the same policies, guys. So when they voted for these policies, when Trump was talking about Project 2025, and he talked about the policies that these Americans never researched upon, we see that people who voted and who never voted for Trump are the ones who are suffering. We have been seeing with the mass deportation, if there was that huge mass deportation that we have been witnessing, why is it that they want to give the Medicare and the Medicaid to the immigrants? They're not eligible for it. Or what is cooking? What about that person who doesn't have money and they solely depends on the Medicare? Why is it that who are they? Whom do they want to cover if not the people of the United States? And this one is hitting on Black Americans, white Americans, all the American citizens who are supposed to be enjoying the fruits of their country. Because when Trump took office, he said that he promised the people of America that he was gonna make America great again. But alas, to my surprise, these people are not enjoying anything. They're there suffering. Americans are there suffering, and it's very, very sad that it's happening in the United States right now. I'm very sorry. That's Sapitan. He's very funny. He's laughing. He has just come being driven on a wheelbarrow, and he has really, really enjoyed. Yeah, he's saying thank you. Nzuri. He's saying thank you because someone has pushed him on the wheelbarrow. He's so excited. So as I was talking, he's very shy. So as I was talking about health sector, how deteriorating the health sector is becoming in the United States, guys, let us watch all these videos and see what people have to do, what people are saying about them. And credit goes to all the people the TikTok people on TikTok who have been doing these videos to just let the world know what it is or what is happening in the United States of America. Let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know if you are subscribed. Put on the notification button. Comment down there below in the comment section to make this video, to push this video. Guys, I'm called Eriso Ita. Let's watch this video. Let's watch these more videos.
Republicans want to pass a resolution that will make subsidies for Obamacare disappear and in turn make it 75% more expensive for the average person. Democrats don't want that to happen. Which would you prefer?
Americans don't even get affordable health care right now. What the fuck makes you think immigrants do? They're not trying to take away health care for immigrants. They're trying to take away health care for you.
This is what will happen to your health insurance premiums if Republicans successfully get rid of the ACA, Affordable Care Act tax credits that are keeping them here, okay? Republicans are actively trying to get rid of these as we speak. It's kind of the whole reason the government is shut down right now and why Democrats are fighting so fucking hard to prevent this from happening. This right here is a plan from Anthem. This is for the year 2025. It is $307. This is for an individual who makes $65K a year in the state of Georgia. This is the exact same plan projected for 2026 without those tax credits for the same individual who lives in the state of Georgia making $65K a year. This is a $300 plan versus a $900 plan. This is why Democrats are fighting so hard, and Republicans want you to be convinced that no, they've shut down the government because they want to give free health care to undocumented immigrants. Undocumented immigrants are not allowed to have Medicare, Medicaid, whatever. They are not allowed to benefit from the Affordable Care Act. They do not benefit. They pay taxes on this. They pay taxes for this. They don't get to benefit from the system. So maybe you should worry about your damn self, because without the Affordable Care Act tax credits the Democrats are fighting so fucking hard to extend, you won't be able to afford health insurance.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the biggest reason that there's a government shutdown is because the ACA, Affordable Care Act, has tax credits about to expire. Now, this wasn't a case in previous CRs, but it is the case now. So if they do nothing and just sign what it is now, like you people are saying the Democrats should just do, that means the Affordable Care Act will become increasingly more expensive for American families once those credits expire at the end of the year. Is that simple enough for you?
This is not a fight over tax credits. This is a fight over your ability to go to a pharmacy and afford your insulin.
I got a call from a constituent who wanted to tell us that if her healthcare premiums go up, they won't be able to afford it because it'll essentially be more than their mortgage. Right? There are real people who we're fighting for, real people every day who we are representing, and especially in government shutdowns where we don't take it lightly, right? This is a last case scenario, worst case scenario, and something that you only do when there is something that is really worth fighting for. And right now, it is really important that we fight for Americans' health care.
The Republicans saying that Democrats want to shut down the government to give illegal aliens health care benefits is fucking crazy. I've looked it up. I found nowhere, unless they're refugees, where illegal immigrants get free health care like Medicaid, like regular American citizens do. That is just misinformation. It is false. It is fake. Most of the people on Medicaid and food stamps are in rural areas, red states, even blue states, regular American family homes. They're saying this stuff to trick people into thinking that's what's happening with our Medicaid dollars so they could take away your health care for your kids and pregnant women and other families just struggling to survive as it is, let alone having to worry about if your kid has Medicaid or not.
We all have to get behind the Democrats calling for a shutdown. And Trump supporters, I am talking to you too. We need the Affordable Care Act subsidies to become permanent. And over 50 conservative groups are urging Trump to let them expire. And let me tell you, this is one example of the math. A couple who are 55 years old, collectively bringing in $85,000 a year, currently pay, on average, in healthcare premiums, $7,500 a year. If these Affordable Care Act subsidies expire, their premium, are you listening to me, Trump supporters? Their premium jumps to $24,000 a year. So while the billionaire class continues to become ungodly wealthy under this administration, private healthcare insurers and all of their executives are going to make a shit ton of money because they'll get to charge you another $17,000 a year. Just a couple making $85,000 a year. A lot of us don't make that much. Who can afford to have 25% of their income go to healthcare premiums? We're just going to become uninsured. No one's going to be able to afford that. Are you ready for this, Trump supporters? Instead of owning the libs, can we not all get together and agree this is really, really, really bad and it's okay to jump sides one issue at a time? Can you do that to save yourselves? Please.
Okay, I want you to grab your most recent healthcare bill right now. You can pause this, whatever. Get your monthly statement for your health insurance. Get it now and look at it. If you are one of millions of people out there who get a monthly subsidy, it's an annual subsidy divided by every month when you pay into the Affordable Care Act insurance plans. Take a look at your bill and see if you can see the negative number, the amount of money they deduct from what you owe that is being paid by the government. That is your health care subsidy. Look at that number. It's going to be hundreds of dollars, if not low thousands. Okay, that's what is about to expire at the end of December. And that is why the Democrats are not voting along with the Republicans. The Republicans want that to expire. The Democrats don't. Your bill will stay the same, or if the Republicans have their way, it's going to skyrocket by probably at least $500 to over $1,000 a month. Them's is the facts. Look at your bill.
And for those that aren't from America, you guys have to understand this also. A simple hospital visit for someone, if they don't have health insurance, let's say they go to the hospital, they have to go to the emergency room and they're sick and they need urgent care right then and there. A simple visit can literally cost the American person thousands, if not tens of thousands, just going to the hospital. And I know you're thinking, well, just don't pay the bill. Well, here in America, guess what? If you have a job, they will garnish your wages. So now you're making even less money on your paycheck because you ended up having an emergency visit to the hospital. Also, here in America, if you don't have health insurance, and let's say you get taken by an ambulance and everything, let's say you need an ambulance and you call, you're like, yo, I need someone, that right there could be tens of thousands of dollars as well. Let me know your thoughts and your comments over this way, because that is what the Democratic Party is trying to stop with this whole government shutdown. Thanks, you guys.
So I've been looking at how much healthcare premiums are estimated to skyrocket, right? If the Republicans do not agree to extend, the ACA cuts and subsidies and They're going to double, triple, quadruple, y'all. And so many people are going to be without healthcare starting January. I'm scared. I've had healthcare all my life. I know I'm privileged in that way to have had healthcare all my life, good healthcare all my life. But I'm worried because next year may be the first year that I don't have healthcare. And I'm a single person, right? So, and I already pay for the top premiums of healthcare, right? I don't even know how to explain because I don't even understand shit, but I pay, it's expensive. And that's going to go up. I'm a single person. I don't got to worry about me, right? And I'm worrying about how much healthcare is going to cost and whether or not I will be able to afford it. How that looks for me. Does it make sense to pay astronomically, for healthcare in America versus going outside of America to get healthcare? Or in case of an emergency, what happens? Even my primary doctor, she's no longer accepting insurance, so I actually have to find another doctor. She's going away from insurance completely. And there are a lot of doctors that are doing that right now. So it's just the system is broken, but it's breaking even further. And what the fuck? What are we supposed to do?
When I say that the health insurance industry is cyclical and destructive and a perfect encapsulation of the rest of the U.S. economy, I'm not kidding. The way health insurance is supposed to be set up is you pay into it monthly, and then when you need coverage for a procedure, a visit, or some medication or anything else, they're supposed to step in and either cover it in full or in part. That's how it's supposed to be, but they don't because they're too focused on denying you so that they can cover their bottom line. Then you add in the rising costs of living on top of Trump's tariffs, which raise the cost of living exponentially, so they now have to raise their premiums to protect their bottom line. Now, as a reaction, healthy people who only use their insurance maybe once a year realize they can cover that cost out of pocket because it's cheaper than paying monthly into their insurance, so they drop their insurance. Now that insurance company is stuck with only people who actually need coverage and use it more than once a year. So now they have to raise their premiums to protect their bottom line. And because they're focused on not just profits, but record-breaking profits, they have to expectedly raise their premiums regularly to maintain that growth path in a market that shouldn't really be growing. And as a result, their customer base gets smaller and smaller and smaller because less and less people can afford it. So then they go into debt, and then a larger company merges with them, so now they have a new customer base that they can then repeat the entire cycle to. And then when that gets too big, they have two options. They can either go to the government for a bailout, which usually happens, or they can start over, lower the prices, but you get lower coverage. And then they just start the cycle over and over again. And then you get less and less coverage for the cost of more and more. It is parasitic and self-destructive.
Donald Trump is pushing a $20 billion bailout for healthcare for Argentinians. That's right. $20 billion of U.S. backing for a country that already has free universal healthcare for every single one of its own people. And it's not just Argentina, friend. We also send billions to Israel, which is another country where healthcare is guaranteed. No premiums, no deductibles, no insurance gains like we have to face here. So what does that mean, you ask? It means we're paying for free healthcare abroad, while here in the United States, families go bankrupt over medical bills. Americans can't afford their insurance premiums. Rural hospitals are closing. People skip life-saving prescriptions because they can't afford them. And it gets worse. Trump's own allies, the MAGA extremists, are now talking about racial profiling in hospitals, friend. They want doctors and nurses to demand papers before giving emergency care. Let that sink in. If you've got the wrong skin color, the wrong accent, or even the wrong job, they want you bleeding out in an ER until you can prove that you belong. This is where we are. We are funding free healthcare in Argentina, free healthcare in Israel, and at the same time, MAGA wants to make sure Americans here at home don't get affordable care. And some people might not even get emergency treatment at all, by the way. So how is that America First exactly? It isn't about saving money. It isn't about fairness. It's about a system that will subsidize healthcare everywhere else but here, while punishing the most vulnerable people in our communities. So the question is simple. Why are Americans the only ones who are told we can't afford healthcare while our tax dollars keep paying for it everywhere else?